Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment welcomes trainer Rob Harmon, two-time Hazel Park Trainer of the Year, and I believe you also won a dash title as well as a trainer at Windsor Raceway as well. How are things going? What's going on?
Nothing. We're just trying to get where we can race every day now. That's the good thing, getting our horses raced.
All right. Well, we'll try to get your microphone up a little bit closer there. You were born in Albany, New York. Now, how do you go from Albany to Michigan? Cement City, right?
Yep, Cement City. We were racing up Saratoga when we were living in Albany, and when Saratoga was down, then we moved to Hinsdale Raceway. When they shut down, we ended up going down to Florida, and then we ended up in Seminole. Just kept going just a fair racing, and then we ended up in Michigan back in early 80s.
But you were a promising student athlete as well, right?
Yes.
What sports?
Baseball.
Baseball. And did you get a scholarship, or were you invited?
I had one, and I got taken away because I couldn't pass the physical. I dislocated my shoulder in a horse wreck.
Oh, were you a pitcher or?
Yeah, pitcher and catcher.
And what was your batting average?
It was right about 380.
Right, 380.
I was more of a place hitter, not a big strong hitter, but I was always batting around third. Always got on base, moved everybody around.
Well, back to the horse business. Your father, Reed, unfortunately passed away early in life. He taught you the blacksmith trade, and he had a knack for claimers and claimers with issues, right?
Claimers with issues and Amish horses. He'd go buy them. He'd rather go buy a cheap horse off the truck and piddle with it and make it into something.
And Gordon Norris, Keith Crawford, a couple of guys that were some of your mentors, right?
great trainers. I learned a lot from them guys.
Talk a bit about the glory days at Hazel Park and Windsor Raceway.
Back in the day, it was great. It's just they got tough times now. You know, it's bad.
It's not good there.
No, a lot of people left, and you got to survive.
And I understand you just sold your farm there, right?
Just sold. I go home Monday and sign on it, and that was great. That was been something for the last 2 years that we just couldn't get out of.
Well, what brought you to the area originally, and how long have you been here? Where are you set up right now? What's your current stable status?
Right now, I have 33 horses up at Mark Ford Training Center. I originally came out here with 2 horses for Chuck Campbell. And when I got ready to leave, he said, they're going to stay. If you want to stay, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, they're going to go to another trainer. They were the 2 best horses I got. I decided to stay. And at the time, we were training about 70 back at home. And we just, over the past year, or the past year of that, we were just started weeding them out, bringing the better ones this way. And this is home now.
Well, speaking of Mark Ford, you and Mark Ford and Brandon Simpson went on quite an odyssey last week.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
We went to Brazil.
Wait a minute. You went to Brazil. There's harness racing in Brazil?
There is. Back 1940 to 1970, there was a lot of racing. They quit going. The dictatorship canceled it out. Only thoroughbred only. And within the last 4 or 5 years, they're trying to get it back going again.
Now, how many harness horses do they have? Trotters and pacers there?
They have trotters and pacers and pintos that are trotters. That's quite
pintos.
Not fast one. And they're doing pretty good. It's come a long way in the last couple of years.
What sort of studs do they have there?
They have a horse called Kilowatt.
Right. We've heard of him.
Yep. I think that was Joe Holloway's. They have a Yankee No.
And why did they invite you guys down there? What were they endeavoring to do?
There's a gentleman out of Albany. His name was Jim Shanager. He asked Mark Ford to get a couple guys together to, he got me to go as a kind of a trainer, shoer. He got Brandon Simpson to go to give kind of a seminar on driving. And then Mark was there for stable management and, how Mark is.
So you spoke to the horsemen, advised them, and kind of helped them out as they try to evolve into a circuit.
They just tried to see how we do it up here in the northern states, and they're pretty decent about a lot of things, but they're way behind in others. And you couldn't teach them enough for the 5 days we were there.
So you spoke to them, and there was a translator.
Well, there was a translator, and it was kind of weird, but it was fun. It's fun teaching people that want to learn.
And they don't race for any money. There's no photo finish.
They had this is the first year they have a camera. They have a video camera.
Yeah.
The starting gate was made out of like PCB pipe. It was real flimsy. Horses were more scared of it than anything.
Right. And no geldings. They're all stallions.
They're all stallions, and that was definitely That was weird.
Now I understand Brandon Simpson. He won a race, and what did they do?
They lifted.
How do they celebrate?
How they celebrate a lot is they'll lift the driver still in the bike. 10 guys will lift him right up, connected to the horse still.
Like he's a king in the chair.
Absolutely,
thing.
and
right.
he was. There was more people rooting and cheering for him. I know that because I was about 30 lengths back with the horse I got, and my horse didn't run, just was slow.
No, just slow. Are you going to go back?
They asked us to go back in about a year just to see how things are going. Mm-hmm. And like my Facebook page has just been getting bombarded with all their questions. Mm-hmm. And it's been fun. It's nice to see a new group of people trying to come up in the business.
Absolutely fascinating. Harness racing in Brazil. I feel that there's a story to be written there, and we're going to do a bit more investigating on that. Mario Vicencio is the president, right?
Great guy.
All right, so great stuff there. Now you had a scratch of Splitsville. Unfortunately, Splitsville you purchased for what, $15,000?
Yep, I got him pretty good at the time. I didn't think it was enough, or I thought it was too much, and it's definitely perfect.
All right, and you've got a pair in race 10, C2 Dash for the C-Notes final. Fox Valley legend, Don't Know Chip, whose last win came in early December. You've also got, let's go back here, and you had Andy Sophia last year.
Yep.
Andy Sophia, a close second in the John Simpson Memorial, and we're looking at that race. Actually, we're looking at Don't Know Chip right here, winner in 156-1. But Andy Sophia made a $345,000 for you last year, a $5,700 yearling.
Yes. Yeah, she turned out to be one in a million. If I could do that again, that'd be great. Yeah, right here she just got beat. Timmy got beat by a real nice horse.
But she went on to quite a campaign last year.
Yeah, last year she made just, I think, 200 or just a little tad over, and she's just been a savior.
All right, and the other horse, Fox Valley Legend, also in that C2 Dash for the C-Notes, a $12,000 buy at the January mix sale.
Yep, me and Jimmy Marone Jr. bought him, and he's starting to turn out to be all right. He's a lot better horse than he shows. He's just 1 week you try to make a change, and he goes a step backwards. Next week you don't do nothing. Then all of a sudden he just races huge.
How about 2-year-olds? Have you got any 2-year-olds in your barn this year?
I have 6 right now. Right now they're doing okay. They're in 28, and they all look good right now, but they all do.
Absolutely. Now, I know you're a big hockey fan, hence the hat right here. Detroit Red Wings being originally from Michigan. You make the hopefully you'll make the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're a little
trying.
tight right now, and of course it was Gordie Howe's 86th birthday on Monday.
I see that.
But you're rightly very proud of your son, Tyler.
Oh.
Now, first of all, he's a top goalie prospect. How old is he, and what's he up to?
He's 16.
He's 16.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He's 16. He's playing for the Jersey Hitmen here. He's a AAA junior team. And next month we got to go up. He got invited to come up for the World Selects up in Maine. That's where he gets to play against a bunch of Swedes and Norwegians, and it's going to be really good hockey. A lot of scouts.
I understand he's a big, tall kid, right?
He is. He's 6'1" now.
But he's going to grow into himself.
He is. He's 6'1" and half my weight.
Terrific. So what is that? That takes a lot of passion and dedication.
It does.
Does it not?
It does. You know, people ask me, why are you mad that he's not with the horses?
Right.
I'm 100% behind him in anything he does. If he wants to do the horses, that's fine. I'll help him all he can. Right now he wants to do hockey, and I'm all with him. And it's dedicated. He's a real dedicated person. He works his butt off. He's in the gym all the time, always at the rink. And anytime they want to go, we never say no. Get them to the rink.
All right. Well, best of luck to Tyler Harmon and to Rob Harmon, trainer Rob Harmon. Thanks for sharing that great story about Brazil, and we'll get an update from you as maybe you'll go back again, right?
I hope so.
Absolutely.
Fascinating
story. Harness racing in Brazil with Rob Harmon, Mark Ford, and Brandon Simpson.
Yeah, it was fun.
And the beer was good, right?
Beer was great.
But the fresh fruits and vegetables are great, right?
Yeah, everything is fresh down there. It was just awesome.
All right, terrific stuff. Rob Harmon in the Sulky tonight. Coming up next, we've got, of course, Wendy Ross to preview tonight's action and hand out our weekly awards.